Hello, 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 my dear, beautiful, amazing souls, and welcome to this podcast about mastering energy with Master K and myself, Kristen Blair. Today, we're going to talk to you about what it is that we are here to do and what it looks like to be mastering our energy. So, I'm going to pass the talking stick over to Master K and share a little bit about what is mastering energy to you.
Very warm welcome to everybody here, soul family, people that know me and people that don't know me. And if you're here right now, then you are meant to be here because the universe has just sent that energy out to you. So we're going to talk about energy, mastering energy. And I thoroughly believe that this is why we are here on this earth, on this planet, to master energy and to master ourselves and to break the matrix codes. Now, energy is absolutely everywhere. We are energy, everything is energy, nothing is solid. Everything vibrates at a certain vibrational frequency, and so do we. We are no different at all. And once we master energy, then we have near enough fulfilled our purpose of why we're here. So we're going to do quite a few series on energy because I just think it's so important to control the energy that takes up space in our head, and that energy could be energy from other people that have upset us in the past, could be abuse, could be anything at all. And like I say, it's so important to master that energy. And energy leaves a trail. So we will be discussing that. That's another podcast coming up. So I'm going to go back to Kristen, and we're going to yo-yo back and forth, basically.
So, Master K, whenever you say we're talking about mastering energy, we're going to be talking about how energy affects our mind, how energy works in our bodies, how it affects our field. Really, I want to bring it back to the point you said everything is energy. And so, really, in this podcast, you're going to hear us talk about just a little bit of absolutely everything. We are so excited to be able to share healing space with you all as we grow together and sharing our wisdom from our hearts as we move forward through these podcasts. So, mastering energy in our minds is something that takes a lot of attention and focus because this is essentially the process of reprogramming our minds. We have energy that goes through us from our parents, from our friends, from the environment that we surround ourselves with, whether it's our work or our play. All of these things are constantly running through our minds. So, Master K, what are a few tips that you have for our listeners today about how we can work with these energies that run through our minds that are maybe patterns and ways of thinking that have been placed there by other people?
Okay, so first of all, we need to realize and just stop and just look at ourselves and see how we are controlled, and see who else's energy has taken up space in our mind rent free. Now this happens all the time. 90% of our thoughts are from the past, and maybe that person that upset us last week, maybe yesterday, that person upset us 5 years ago, they're still there in our mind. And one thing as a therapist I say to people, when people come up to me and they say, oh, I've done so much healing on myself, Master K, I've done this healing, that healing, I feel so much better. I turn around and I say, yes, but have you got rid of the voices of the other person that abused you? Are those voices still in your head? And most of the time people turn around and they say, wow, that's true. So that is a form of energy in itself. You know, somebody else's voice still putting you down years and years and years later. And, you know, it's just one of those things that we just need to realize about energy.
So recognizing that the pattern is there, recognizing that those thoughts are someone else's energy, recognizing that it's coming from an outside source would be the first step towards beginning that process of reprogramming.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's just realizing them, and as humans, we don't always realize these things are going on. You know, we might get an invisible trigger one day, and then we get angry or something like this. You know.
Yeah, how do we realize
Yeah.
that these voices are someone else's voices rather than our own? Because it's coming in through our mind, right? So it's in our own words, it's in our own minds. Who's to say that's not my words? How are we to know that these are something that have been placed by someone else, by past people or situations?
I think it's how we act ourselves personally, how we act, why we act, why we get triggered, why we get angry. You know, all these things, they're usually a trigger with something. And we as humans, we can always get triggers with a date, a time of the year, you know, maybe watching a film on TV or something like this. We get tremendous lot of invisible triggers. And it is just constant maintaining ourselves, just stepping out of our body and just questioning yourself. Well, why did I act like that today? Why was I so angry yesterday? You know. And when we sort of break it down, we realize, like you say, it's not always our energy. Humans will answer other humans in two ways only, and one is in a loving way, and number two is in a cry for help way. So anything we get wrong with our human body, we get alarm bells going off, and some of those alarm bells might be we get depressed that day, or we might just want to stay in and push the world away, turn our phones off, you know. And it's just working out why, what was the trigger, what is going on, who is controlling us with their, you know, old energy.
Yeah. So once we've recognized that, first of all, the energy is not ours, it's come from somebody else, and then we've also recognized our trigger, that we've been triggered by something externally to bring up these thoughts. So now we've recognized these two things. What's the next step?
The next step is healing ourselves and getting rid of that energy. Now, I keep saying this, as a therapist, we are never over any type of abuse. We can do thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, days, years healing, yeah, but we are never over hurt. People that have stabbed us in the back in the past, abuse, anything like this, we are never over this, but we can manage it better, and we can shrink it right down to hardly anything. Now, you have to remember, the body ages, the pictures in the mind don't age. So this is something else we are fighting. But I would say the next stage, in short, is maybe, you know, some type of healing, maybe go maybe to a counselor. It depends on the situation, really. You know, we get, you know, say a teenager would get something that is, you know, problem that as a grown-up we think, oh, that's nothing, you know, you just got to do this, this and this. But to a teenager, that problem is massive. It's a huge mountain, you know. So that's a start. First of all, realizing it's not your energy, and next, do something about it. You know, remove, you know, that obstacle, basically.
I know I really like to utilize affirmations once I've gotten to that point of realizing that, hey, these words, these thought patterns, these things that I'm thinking and going over, they're not necessarily mine. They've come from, maybe it was an abusive partner, maybe it was a parent, maybe it was just a friend, somebody that was consistently in your life that, filled your mind with these different thoughts. And now I can see and I can say, right, these thought patterns, they're not mine. These aren't my words. So let me replace them with some words that are mine. And I'm going to choose those words with power and
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant.
Well, thank you so much, Master K, for joining in today, and for everyone listening, thank you all so much for sharing this space. I hope you found a bit of inspiration, and looking forward to our next podcast where we will continue this beautiful conversation about talking about mastering energy. Do you have any final thoughts you'd like to add today, Master K?
No. But stay tuned because, all these podcasts, these episodes on energy and mastering energy, and, we have got a huge list, and it goes on and on. And as humans, once you master energy, you can do absolutely amazing things. We are quite limitless here, but we've been conditioned so much to believe that we're not. And, master energy, and you are going to be fantastic at manifesting things into your life, anything you want, basically. So stay tuned.
Beautiful. Well, let's end with a namaste, and you have an absolutely beautiful rest of your day, and we will catch you in the next podcast. Bye.
See you later.